Off, guys, we're going to talk about more aspects. Let's talk about the moon aspects right off. You want to go and find your birth chart. Okay, once you get your handy dandy just like this, I want you to go ahead and you see how we have custom graphics, we have shape, we have aspects table. Click the aspects table, go to list. You're going to get this list right here. We're going to get the main aspects, you're going to get the other aspects. So what I want you to start off is do the main aspects first. Okay, so we're going to look into the moon aspect. So for instance, I'm looking at a moon square Venus. So we're going to go into our handy dandy. Type it in just like so. Moon square Venus. It's going to come up. Wow. Oh, no. Oh, wow. No, I just glanced over. Our handy dandy astrology king, moon square Venus. What is it saying? It says it makes it struggle for you to satisfy your need of love and affection. Above all you want most in life is a harmonious, drama-free relationship. Your emotional well-being depends on the loyal, regular nourishment of supportive loved ones. You may even measure your success in life by intimate relationship and the amount of loyalty and devotion you receive. So if we go look at this, not only do you, that's the aspect, I mean, I do feel that way, but you want to go up in the top, you want to go to custom graphics, you want to go to the birth chart, and you want to take a look at your Cancer houses. Do this in a whole sign system, because that's where I see it works better. So, for instance, they're talking about the moon here in Gemini, square Venus. But again, remember that Cancer, being being ruled by the moon, is also affected by this. And then Venus rules, again, the Libra house and the Taurus house in the person's chart. So that means that these 11th house and 4th house and the 1st house are in a square with each other. And because the moon square Venus. So this person, it could bring in themes of their body. Maybe they don't like their body. Maybe they have situations like this with friends. Maybe more needy friends or emotional friends, or their emotions to their friends. This could even go down to their family, home, and things that they own. Maybe they're never satisfied with these things, you know. I'm going to use another person example. So this one is Astro theme. My also handy dandy, which I also appreciate. Used it back in 2020 since the pandemic. So I like to go by astrological aspects. Then you can go in here and find other celebrities. So I'm going to use the moon as our first primary planet that we're using. And I'm going to say, for instance, opposing Pluto. Some people may have that, and it runs through here. So let's say, for instance, John Lennon. He has moon in Aquarius, 3 degrees, opposing his Leo. Okay. So what does that mean? You want to go, same process. Rinse and repeat. Okay, so I just wanted to use like things that I think are another example. John. All right. So again, let's look at what it says. Okay. It says it gives you an intense, complex feelings. These extremes in mood and behavior you display can often cause relationship problems. Your emotions can become so intense that frighten other people and all their oppositions. Aspects in astrology, moon up of all the oppositions, this is one of the tough ones, that's why I brought it up. Moon opposing Pluto most resembles bipolar systems. Now, before you could judge the person, right, you also want to take a look at their chart. So for purposes of learning, we're just going to click into his chart. Okay, he is in Aries rising. The AC starts in Aries, which means that Cancer is the 4th house. And of course, Pluto is sitting in his 7th house. So this could be happening with people he is interacting. Maybe he is an intense personality, or the people that he attracts are intense. Okay, and we can go into other celebrities. Again, you want to go back. Ooh, now see, look, moon opposing Pluto. Well, this one is by a quincunx, so this is not technically in opposition. So, but they considered it, maybe because it's so close by the orb. Okay, so that's another interesting aspect. You can also do, for instance, new search. Let's go look at real quickly a moon. Again, let's do another one. Moon opposing, let's do Neptune. Just go down the line. Let's do moon trine Neptune. How does that look? That's got to be a beautiful harmony, right? Wow, look, Angelina Jolie has moon in Aries, trine her Neptune. Let's look that up. This also represents your mother. So we're going to type in moon, trine our Neptune, see what that's about. Come up in here. Let's see what it says. Okay. Astrology King never fails. Okay, it says, makes you the most caring, sensitive people. Your friends truly appreciate this nature because you're always understanding them and make them feel better. You do have a healing abilities. Ooh, that's interesting because Angelina Jolie does look like she's mystical. Remember those? That's interesting. You need a harmony in your relationship. You feel comfortable. Interesting. Because look, who else has this aspect? Keanu Reeves. Sorry, I can't say his name. Wow, look, Gandhi. Interesting. Ooh, wow, look at this one. I don't know who that guy is. Zion against Prince. Moon, look. Okay, let's see what else it says. It also says creative talents, music. You can also be excellent in that. Interesting. Wow. I think you guys should. I think that's one of my best tools. Let's check out Uranus. So it kind of fits the qualities, right? You got to think about their life. So like Keanu Reeves, if we look at his chart, again, he has moon trine Neptune. And sorry, because I'm saying his name wrong. I'm probably definitely am. People are going to cut my ass later. But don't worry. So, okay, let's do that. Okay, let's look into his chart. He has moon trine Neptune. So the moon is the 11th house, trine Neptune in his 3rd house. Actually, he had a wife die in a car accident, which is the 3rd house of driving, in the 11th house outside. That's interesting, kind of interesting. But it also represents what he does to the people. His movie was very important to the people. It kind of opened up our consciousness, honestly, if you think about it in that concept. So let's see what else we got going on. Another moon. We're going to put moon as our first planet. We did Neptune. Let's do Uranus. Let's do a conjunction. Let's see how that looks. Moon conjoined Uranus. Ooh. Moon in Virgo. Okay. Jodie Foster. Wow, Jay-Z. Let's look at that. Right? That sounds interesting already. Moon conjunction Uranus. There we go. So we go Google search. We go into our handy dandy. There we go. Okay. It says stimulates your moon. The hypothalamus, okay, is the gland in the brain that regulates parenting, attachments, hunger, thirst. Okay. It is directly linked to an equality to the pituitary gland. Can't say it, not my thing. Okay, so these people basically are very in tune to their 3rd eye. This stimulation of the primal instinct has a tremendous impact. And there may be a family history of hitting sudden events, accident, psychic phenomenon. Ooh, their ancestry may be peculiar, which is interesting because they always say Jay-Z is from. They find him in different points in history. Sudden onset emotional volatility, hysteria, some of them, which is, she's gay, by the way. For those that don't know, I've done her chart before. I know she's gay. I think something happened to her mother. Don't quote me, Google it. Oh, wow. Look, Gordon, don't say no more. Look, mind you, she is known to do psychic stuff, Zelia Banks. And she has this, and she's a genius. Her 3rd eye can see so many amazing things. And she's very impulsive. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Wow. These people really do impact the society, especially people. Uranus rules the people. Okay, again, you want to go and look at their, like, for instance, let's do a Zelia Banks because we kind of walked away from that. But I'll show you that way you can kind of see it. Oh, look at her. Look, she's so pretty. I love me a Zelia Banks. She's so pretty. Go to her chart. We're doing whole signs. Scroll. The moon trine Uranus, the ruler of her 3rd, is trining Uranus, the modern ruler of her 10th. Yeah, she writes lyrics for people in the industry. Right there. She's very lyrical, and she was ahead of her time. Uranus does make you 17 light years ahead of everyone else. Let's do Saturn. Let's do moon square Saturn. I wonder how that feels for people. Oh, wow. Marilyn Monroe, Leonardo DiCaprio, Mariah Carey, Catherine. Wow. And these people have problems with drugs or their mind. Let's look that up. Moon square Saturn. Gives a serious self-control nature with linking for privacy, liking or linking of privacy, like interesting because Leonardo DiCaprio is, but it can also cause relationship problems, social awkwardness, and loneliness. The degree to which you suffer these emotional challenging conditions depending on your very earlier childhood. Wow. Okay. But you want to take a look at where Moon, right, is and Saturn is. So, for instance, for Marilyn Monroe, right? So her moon, which is in Aquarius, squares her Saturn in Scorpio. Saturn is the ruler of her partners, her work, the decisions she makes, because the seventh house is the house of partners and decisions. The work and the pending karma, right, is in her fourth house. Literally, her job is her, literally. The moon in this case would be her subconscious mind, the people that she sleeps with, her creative self. Also, like I said, she may have an addictive, this could have been the drug situation, those blind spots to her, because Jupiter is that 12th house. We're not going to do too many of them just so we can focus on them, but like it says, it gives, also causes relationship problems, social awkwardness, loneliness. The degree to which you suffer these emotional challenges condition depends on very much your early childhood. Leonardo been working since his early childhood, literally. He's been a child actor. And if you notice, right, so that would be his moon square, his Saturn. And Saturn is the ruler of his fifth house, which is his early youth, part of his personality. His lovers are in the 10th house, which is funny because he gets criticized for this a lot. It's at 18 degrees. They do think of him as a creepy person. 18 degrees is the 12th house. That's why people... It's also the 12th house is like a creative thing. Most actors tend to have 12th house, 3rd house, 5th house kind of things going on. So the ruler of the 5th is in the 10th. He is a performer, obviously. The moon would be his career in this case. So, that's what you want to do for each thing. But most of the time, it talks about parents and teachers try to reach out to you at this critical stage. Self-respect will replace destructive behaviors. So having a good mentor, I guess, a good foundation does make things go a lot smoother. You won't be feeling abandoned or rejected. Saturn also rules government, so some people could be wardens of the government, if that makes sense. Find yourself doing that. It's actually one of the best planets for it. Let's do a sextile. Let's see how that goes. Wow, look, Donald Trump, Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, Nicki Minaj, Paris Hilton. Let's look that up. We're going to our handy dandy, of course, right? And what do we have? Let's see. Move. So, let's see. So we're going to go to our handy dandy. And we're starting off with Moon sextile Jupiter. Because that's got to be an awesome aspect. Because Moon and Jupiter actually work together. So we have our lovely Donald Trump, Jennifer Lopez, Shakira, Nicki Minaj. Interesting. Let's see what this is about. It gives an optimistic, cheerful nature. You may have a good sense of humor, but the main reason for your popularity has more to do with positive energy you share. This subconscious joviality lifts people when they're down, while not draining you. Wow, that makes so much sense because we all kind of love watching these people, especially when they're doing kind of emotional things. Again, you want to do the same thing. Let's do Jennifer. For Lopez. So you want to do the same thing. You want to find the moon is in Scorpio and it's making a sextile to Libra Jupiter. That is a sextile. Interesting. Mind you, Jupiter is the ruler of her 12th house, which is, you know what? She did play an amazing role with Selena. We got to give it to her. She did play Selena's death kind of well. And the reason I say that, the 12th house is ruled by Cancer, the creative house of acting. She is an actress as well. Jupiter is the ruler of her 5th of performance, lovers, which is funny because she's dated Ben Affleck and he is also a moon in Scorpio, side note. And Jupiter also rules her 8th house. And yes, she played a dead artist, which amazing. Everybody kind of liked. I mean, we don't. Not everybody likes her, but hey. Okay, so let's look at, for instance, let's see who else. Paris Hilton. I grew up watching her. Let's look at Paris real quick. Paris Hilton. Let's see what that's about. Okay, so Paris is Cancer. The moon, excuse me, to start off there. Moon is in Leo and it sextiles Jupiter in Libra. Jupiter is who she is. Jupiter is her 4th house of her family. They own hotels, properties. Gave her gains. She made a show with her friend about like living in other people's homes, which is a 4th house thing. Again, the 4th house is Pisces if you count it from 1, 2, 3, 4. And the moon would be what she's notable for. The moon is the ruler of her 8th house. Again, she does have money from dad. I mean, inheritance is going to be amazing, obviously. You should enjoy friendly relationship and happy family. Relationship with women, particularly your mother daughters, should be harmonious. That makes sense. She did have a TV show with a woman. But ooh, look, think about Nicki Minaj, how she doesn't have such a harmonious relationship with women, and it's because the women she Virgo rules workers. Moon is the women that are at work. She kind of is head honcho. I mean, hello, she's always coming for them, so that's kind of interesting. All right, let's do another one. We're moving on. We're kind of running through them kind of fast because I kind of want you guys just to get the gist of this. You can go read the rest. Obviously, I'm showing you how to do it. Let's do, you know what, for the purposes of this, I'm going to do Moon conjoined Mars because we're actually shooting this under a Moon conjoined Mars. So I think that's notable. Okay, so Angelina Jolie. First of all, let's look it up. All right, so Moon conjoined Mars gives a emotionally passionate nature. You have a zest for life, and your infectious energy can arouse the passions of others. You wear your heart on your sleeve, and it is healthier to share how you feel. You may find it difficult not to let your strong emotions out, which is given in this aspect a reputation for providing emotional rashness and hot temper. Wow, let's see who these candidates are. Well, Angelina Jolie does give off hot temper. But let's see. Let's look at her chart. We haven't. Oh, we kind of looked. We always kind of look at those charts up, right? Best way we learn. So again, you're gonna find Moon and Mars together here in the 10th house. Mars is the ruler of her 5th house of performance. Again, she's an actress. Acting houses are usually seen in the 3rd, 5th, 12th sometimes. Even the 9th. Don't get it twisted. But those are where these acting energies would be found. So the ruler of her 5th is in the 10th. Moon is the ruler of her body. She does give off that hot temper sexiness, right? I don't know who this guy is, so we're going to move on. Ooh. You may know, I guess you... Oh, wow, I was just listening to Donna Summer. That's kind of creepy. She was playing on my TV. Let's see... Me voy para la cocina. And Mars together. In the 5th house for her, Moon is the ruler of her friends, 11th house of gains, goals, the audience. Mars is her 3rd house of communication, writing, associates. Again, her 8th house. Ooh, I wonder, did Donna Summer sleep with her friends? Does anyone know? I think they should have this. Oh, maybe personal life, we get something. I was gonna go here. She married a Australian actor. They have a daughter. The couple divorced. She married singer. Gave a daughter to him. Okay, well then that's the end of that, right? Oh wait, but look, she died of cancer caused by inhaling fumes and dust from the 9/11. Her apartment was near ground zero when the attacks occurred. However, some reports have contributed as cancer of summer smoking during her younger years, secondhand smoke. Interesting. Let's see. Wow, that's a twist of a change of events. Okay, so well, Jupiter is a tall building, but okay, Uranus is the fall. Honestly, the eighth. Okay, so look, eighth house is death. Mars is in this fifth house, all ruled by Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn is in the first house, but they are making in a very interesting quincunx Mars, exactly by a degree to Uranus. Uranus rules skyscrapers, lungs. So this could be her early ages of wear and tear of it, but I mean, it doesn't help that she was living in ground zero. Wow, grandma was just talking about that. That's hella crazy. It was wow, my grandmother was just talking to me about 9/11 and listening to Donna Summer at the same time. I swear to you guys while I was recording this. Okay, so now we're coming up to the last bits. And I got Moon conjoined Venus. I think that's a common placement to have. A Moon conjoined Venus. You know, the earlier planets usually are closer to the sun, anyways. So that does tend to happen. So we have Brad Pitt here. Moon conjoined Venus. I mean, all women do love him. Unfortunately, he is an asshole, though. And they're in Capricorn. Makes a lot of sense. We got Rihanna. All women do love Rihanna. That is so true. That is so true. Bella Hadid. That makes sense. Okay, again, Halle Berry. And another one. So let's look it up to see what it means. Right here. So it makes you the most loving and caring of people. You're gentle, kind, affectionate. You love being in love. So having genuine, loving, harmonious relationship is a vital for your well-being. You're popular, makes sense. You enjoy rich social life because it's easy for people to get along with you. You are a beautiful person inside and out. You take great care of your looks and love shopping for fine clothes. Well, that kind of makes sense. Obviously for the people that we have in mind. Don't need to same thing you want to do. I mean, I don't want to, but if you want to, you can. Let's see, let's pick one. Rihanna. Well, Rihanna's in Aries rising. Venus would be her seventh, obviously, in her second house of family. Moon is obviously the fourth house. I'm pretty sure she bought them a home. That makes sense. Venus rules his sixth house of work, where he actually met his wife. That's interesting. The 11th house of friends and the audience. Moon is the 8th house, which we kind of learned as he got older. Obviously, Moon is in his second house, so he is very controlling to the family. Okay, so let's try Mercury. By the way, Grandma's being a great sport here. She's next to me quietly listening to me do this. She is doing such a great job. Anyways, let's do Moon and Mercury. I'm going to do opposites because I've been doing conjunctions. So we have Robert De Niro. Ooh, Tina Turner. Coco Chanel. Ooh, Coco Chanel. Again, we're going to look it up. Okay, let's see what it means. Can give an outwardly bubbly personality that disguises an inner fragility. Thank you. or it can make you normally quiet and introspective person who become overly talkative and entertaining in the presence of others. The main challenge with the moon opposition Mercury is an inner conflict. This is the logical side of the brain. This is the emotional side of the brain. Between your thoughts and feelings, your emotions and instincts are often out of alignment with your rational thinking. So the emotions out of alignment, which is the opposition of Mercury, your rational thinking. Your heart may say one thing, but your head is doing the other. You can appear overly analytical one moment and overly emotional or rational the next. So, oh wow, let's see. Okay, that makes sense. Tina Turner. Robert, he does give analytical vibes. Oh wow, interesting. Kamala. Mind you, she's a Gemini rising, so Gemini rules her personality herself. Mercury rules her fourth house, her feelings on this. Moon rules her second house of money. Oh, she is a public, figure that's speaking, that gets paid for this. Don't really know much about him. Don't really know. Obviously, don't know nothing. Oh, Wiz Khalifa. He is a Virgo, Mercury, right? Virgo rules who he is. Mercury rules who he is. It's in the second house away from his sun. Apparently, he's a Sagittarius rising, so these would be in the 11th house, technically. The moon for Virgo place suns, though, because he is a Virgo sun, obviously, would be their 11th house of friends. Again, interesting, because he is liked by the audience a lot. I don't know what he does in the community affairs. Let's look it up. Okay, so apparently, just looking at to see what he got going on. Okay. Oh, he is a Muay Thai fighter. Okay. Which does 11th house. Maybe it's a Libra thing. Maybe that's an Asian thing. That's interesting. He does like to study and understand the world. It's in the 11th house of the world, the internet. Interesting. And last but not least, the sun. Which is basically being born on a new moon. Basically. Yeah. Oh look, people born on the full moon, people. I hope that makes sense, y'all. See you soon.